Here are the notes that we did today on ratios. A ratio is a comparison of two quantities by division. In other words, it's a fraction. So here's an example. We're going to be calling on the Mr. Monroe's favorite, Iditarod. So last year, Dallas CV won the 2014 Iditarod with one of the fastest times ever. There were 69 mushers and 19 were female. 5, all men, withdrew before the race ended. We can write the ratio of female to total mushers 3 ways. So this is the first way. We can write it as a fraction of 19 over 69. We can also write it 19 to TO 69. And the last way is by using the colon, 19 to 69. One of the things that you want to look at to help you when setting up your ratio is you're going to look for this word to. To is a word that's going to help you with figuring out the ratio. Per also will be another word, and you'll see that I underlined female to total mushers. That's going to keep you focused on what they're asking, what goes first and what goes second. So you'll notice 19 were female, that's going to be on top because female comes first. And total mushers goes on the bottom. So what we did in class, you can do this on your own, is you're going to look at the other Iditarod data about the mushers. So if you go to this website, or if you just Google mushers, Iditarod mushers 2015, it'll come up quickly. You can either go to the list or just count the pictures of the female to male mushers, and then do the ratio of female to overall and then male to overall. We worked on page 272, 1 through 13. In class, we did 1 through 4, and I'm going to walk you through those now, and it's in the textbook. So the first problem is talking about Soon-Lee with some marbles. So she's got 10 blue marbles, so I just put 10B, 3 red, and 17 white. So the first question asks for the ratio of blue to red. And again, my screen is scratched, which is why it's jumping around a lot. So blue to red, they want you to do it all 3 ways. So blues are 10, and red is 3. So it's 10 colon 3, 10 TO 3, and 10 fraction 3. Sorry about that. And the second question is asking you red to total. So there are 3 reds, and the total we need to add them all up. And there are 30. Now we always want to simplify this. So this is going to be simplified 1 to 10. And then I'm just going to write 1 TO 10 and 1 fraction 10. And those are the first 2 questions. So the third question, I'm going to do up here, is asking us to read, there's a 40-gallon aquarium, there are 21 neon tetras and 7 zebra fish. It's a lousy Z. And they want the ratio of neon to zebra. So that's 21 to 7, which then simplifies to 3 to 1. I'm going to go to the next screen and work on number 4 with you. So this question says, tell whose DVD collection has the greatest ratio of comedy movies to adventure movies. So it's Joseph or Yolanda. So they're looking for comedy to adventure. And so we are looking at the ratio of 5 to 3 versus 7 to 5. Now, some people in class said, well, they're the same because 5 minus 3 is 2 and 7 minus 5 is 2, so they're the same. Well, remember, ratios are fractions, so how can we compare fractions? Hopefully you said find a common denominator, which in this case is 15. So 3 times 5 is 15, 5 times 5 is 25. And 5 times 3 is 15, 7 times 3 is 21. And as you can see, 25 is larger than 21, so Joseph has the greater ratio. We also had students who changed them to mixed numbers, 1 2/3 versus 1 2/5, got 1.66 versus 1.4. Common denominators, I think, is the easiest way to go. So what you're going to finish up for homework is 5 through 13. You can do it on the rest of this page here in this sheet that I'm going to send to you, or you can do it on the next page, your spiral, or just even on paper, and we'll tape it in. Okay, here's our second page on rates. A rate is a ratio that compares two quantities measured in different units. So here's an example. There are 100 students for 110 chairs. The ratio of students to chairs is right here. You can see that my screen is scratched, which is why I have all the answers typed instead of writing them in, so I apologize for that. So it's 100 over 110, which simplifies to 10 over 11. A unit rate is a ratio whose denominator is 1. It's important to use unit rates when comparing items. We're going to be talking about this in our next lesson tomorrow. So back to your Iditarod problems here. The Iditarod route is 1,050 miles long on even years. Dallas CV finished the Iditarod in 8 days, 13 hours, 4 minutes, and 19 seconds, about 8.5 days. How many miles did Dallas travel per day? So per day there. So we're going to take 1,050 and we're going to divide it by 8.5. And using your calculator, you're going to get approximately 123.5 miles per day. And that per is also that fraction bar, 123 miles per day, fraction bar. Another example, D.D. John Rowe's kennel expenses for 12 months came to a total of $53,700. How much did this cost per month? So you take $53,700, divide it by 12, and you get $4,475 per month. You can also write that as 4,475 over 1 month or over month, just like up here. Last one, a little tricky on this one. Each dog on an Iditarod team burns up to about 35,000 calories of food a week. How many calories does a dog burn per day? So we've gone from week to day. So we're going to divide by 7. And you get 5,000 calories per day. So what we're going to do for our homework tonight is on page 276 in our book. We're going to be doing numbers 9 through 19, odd. And this is on the website too, if you can't read this. And this is page 276. So I hope you're having a good time. We'll see you soon.